I'm trying to take my hair down. I can't find the other part of this scrunchie. Yeah. Hey, yeah. I'm gonna just start talking because I'm not one of the ones that get a lot of people on my lives. So I don't need to wait for nobody to come in. I hope y'all can hear me though, but I just got out the shower, so I'm a little greased up, oiled up. But I had said I was gonna come live, and I thought about it, and then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go live because this situation has been tearing me up all day today. But the funny part about it is, I was already kind of looking into Aunt D anyway. Not necessarily looking into her, but a lot of people were saying how she needs to stay off the internet because Shay was having seizure or had a seizure. I think this was like Friday. Hold on. It don't even hold on, yeah. No. I don't wanna do that. Hold on. Anyway, it won't let me do it, but Aunt D. I like Aunt D. I like Aunt D. Don't get me wrong. And a lot of people here lately, this with the Jonathan thing, they was like, she got Shay thinking that's her boyfriend, whatever, whatever. But we're not gonna even touch on all that because it's gonna be really, really quick. But I like her. And from the moment I started watching them, which is before they got viral, because I have been following them before they got viral, um, I've always said that social media is her outlet. She has two autistic kids in their 30s. The son has PTSD, doesn't like to be on the camera, because I'm seeing a lot of people say, oh, I didn't even know she had a son, where a son come from, and all this stuff. Yeah, everybody that's a content creator, you don't have to know their whole family, because I can guarantee none of y'all know mine. Even though I'm not popular, y'all don't know that. But I just kind of wanted to touch on when she went live after Shay's seizure. Everybody was just like, why she chose to get on live. Her daughter is going to the hospital. She need to rush to the hospital. I could probably do that if I didn't have other kids. You see what I'm saying? She still at the end of the day had to get Bria and make sure that Bria was okay before she went to the hospital. Someone went with her. I think the boyfriend went, whatever. And so she was getting like a lot of backlash about it because Shay had that seizure and then they released her, and then Shay had another seizure that night or whatever. And y'all was talking about the lady all weekend. Literally all weekend. And then her son texts her this morning. I think Gabe said it's about 7:30. And then they said witness saw him jumping off the bridge, and then he came up and screamed help, and the water had took him, so he had instant regret, which is crazy because I talked to I don't know, or whatever. It was like a person, and they were on the radio. They said that 90% of suicides they have regret. So like when they jump mid-air, they are regretting that they have jumped and things like that. And so my cousin died by that in October of last year, and it has been very hard. And so I have been having a hard time processing and navigating, because for me, I want to know what his thoughts were. At least, Undee's son sent her a text. Same thing with one of my coworkers. In 2021, he did the same thing, and he had just got through talking to us, and we was like, yeah, we'll see tomorrow. And him and the girl got to arguing, and he went up to the park, and You know, my supervisor called me before the next day and she was like, I just wanted to tell you this before you get to work, because I know, she's like, if you want to stay at home, you know. And so that has still been on my brain. So this pulls at my heartstrings because I have been in a situation where someone has done that. And I just want to say, sometimes, guys, even though we put things on the internet, yes, we are opening up for everybody to comment, but sometimes it just doesn't hurt to be nice and to be kind, you know, because sometimes I may want to get on here and let this be my outlet, but I be talking to myself. So, I mean, y'all can watch it later, but if I had people that interacted and asked questions, I could spend hours on here because this is my outlet. Sometimes your friends on the internet are better than your friends in real life, because you can talk better to people that you don't know, who not gonna judge you all the time. Some of them will, but some of them won't, who not gonna judge you all the time and things like that. So I get it. She can't talk to Shay and Bria. They irritated with her. And it's not that they even irritated with her. This probably what they've been doing before she turned the camera on. We don't know. Oh, she's getting on them children nerves. She getting on Shay nerves. Shay seems like she's been had a smart mouth anyway. That's probably what Shay has been doing for years. But it's just on camera. And so, yeah, we have to stop the Aunt D bash. And we just have to, you know, pray. Pray. She just lost her son. Literally the same weekend her daughter has had seizures, and Shay doesn't even have seizures. She's never had them before. So sometimes we have to show a little grace. And I'm not saying she's an angel. I don't know. But yes, and it has really, really, really tugged on my heartstrings tonight. Like, I am super emotional about it. Hey, Shonda girl, how you doing? I'm just talking about this Auntie situation. And it's just sad, you know. And I watched some of the live, and she was like, well, they didn't tow my car. I don't think it registered in her mind that he was deceased. Like, I think she thought maybe they would find him and he'll be like swimming, because she was asking over and she was trying to like process. She was in shock. She was like, you know, they trying to find my son. But I don't think she realized that when they found him, we all knew he wouldn't be alive. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's no way. I mean, there's a way. God can do anything, but he was in the water doing good and super busy. Girl, I know. I be busy too. I be busy too, girl. But that's good. Congratulations to your baby too on graduate. But yeah, she was like, they didn't tow my car. She asked the guy, she said, well, they towed his car, but not my car. And he was like, probably because they know you're here. And I don't think it registered to her, like, we got to take his car in. This is evidence, you know. We don't have the keys. We don't, you know, 'cause she said, do you have the keys? You have the phone? And she's like, but why? You know, you're welcome. So I don't think she was able to process that. And to be fair, everybody's saying she need to put the phone down and get off live. I actually wanted her to go live. That may be a little selfish that I wanted her to go live today, but I want to hear her. I want to see her. I want to make sure she's okay. I want to know her experience. Now, she probably will get on here and say it, but I'm a worrier. So sometimes I'm just like, dang, I wonder what she doing, you know. But y'all told her to, you know, y'all be bashing her so much. But I know most people want to know too. And I thank God for Gabe giving updates. Because that's a sad situation. Like I said, when my cousin did that back in October, he was fine. Or at least we thought he was fine and he had no worries. But we don't know what people are going through. And I don't think I posted about that. I didn't even put anything about it. But this was just this past October. My cousin, it was October 26th. I'm still shocked. You know, he was 26. You know, he was young. And he did the same thing. And so it hurt my feelings, but, well, it hurt all of our feelings. But that's nothing to play with, y'all. Like, she has lost a child. And she literally was crying when Shay had her seizure Friday and was like, Lord, I don't want to lose my baby. I can't lose a child. Just for 2 days later, she lose a child. Like, and y'all still sitting on the internet bashing this lady. And like I said, yeah, y'all can have an opinion. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But sometimes we have to just take a step back, because if it was you in that situation and you didn't hardly have anybody to talk to or vent to, and you get online and get 100,000 of people on here, you'll talk to them too. You'll talk to them too, because I would. Like I said, sometimes I want to get on here and talk, but I just be talking to myself. So what is it? What is it to do? I just think, we should lay off. Now, the content creators that need to be talked about, by all means. But I remember watching the Braxton Mother. Yeah, I remember that too, and I don't even follow Ebony. There's nothing you could do about it. Suicide thoughts is a sickness. I don't even follow Ebony, but for some reason, I don't know. No, I think somebody shared it and they said that she had gotten a call. And I think that's when I hopped on. Because I wasn't just watching her live. I can tell you that right now. I know for a fact I wasn't watching her live because she get on my nerve sometimes. But I think somebody shared it and was like, she think her son may have done it or something. And I remember that. But that one, it hurt my feelings. It did. But now I think it's like worse. And I remember she was on the phone and they told her, and then she was driving and she went to the corner called her. The corner had called her. And they was like, she was like, my son. And they couldn't really tell. She was like, my son, my son. She was hollering, and it was all on her live. Like, but the thing is, no one bashed her. No one bashed her. But they feel like Aunt D needs to stay off social media. She's already told us she has. I don't know why my thing keep disconnecting. I know we supposed to be having a tornado, but that's tomorrow. Wait a minute, let me see what the weather's tomorrow. Oh, hold on, yeah. Hey, baby daddy. What? Where you been? Okay.
cake.
Good line cake. And I'll be back, y'all, because he talking.